Hello everybody, my name is Light of Hand, and today guys I'm going to be doing an unboxing for Runewars, the miniature war game by Fantasy Flight Games. Now Runewars is based in the Runebound, I think it's Runebound, realm. Universe, sorry. Okay, well, let's begin by having a quick look at the front art. Obviously that's a Spearmint. I can't remember if that's a Craven Lance. Or Caven, I think it might be Craven Lance, I'm not too sure. Or Cavernous Lance. There's some re-emanated. There's the hero. Again, I'm not sure what his name is yet. I have opened up already to have a little bit look on the inside. I've done a little reading of some of the rules, so I do have a little understanding of some of the rules. Now, one of the first things I actually quite enjoyed, one of the things I did quite enjoy was the lore guide. Because one of the things that always would attract me to a game, if you've got some good history, some good ideas and stuff like that, it will appeal to me. I've been reading this one as well this second, so I'm not going to say I know the rules, because until sometimes you actually play, some things don't seem to make as much sense. I still got to get around to reading this one, so which is the rule reference. Practically all of Fantasy Flight's games have that. Okay, so now let's... So, what do I think of the book for the learning how to play? I think it's alright. I think there were some things I wasn't overly, completely understood, and I realised I'll probably have to look in the actual rule reference. Okay, so there is your range ruler. I believe that's to do with the enemy shooting. I don't know if there's anything that actually has a range thing on it yet, but we'll find out at some point. Okay, oh, it tells you what, okay. Right, so this is the human sort of side. I can't remember what they're called, the Dracona? No, I'm saying that wrong. It's a Q, isn't it? It's a D-A-Q-A-N, okay, which is basically like the sort of humans. Okay, so there's the, okay, how the game works. I don't know if you guys ever played X-Wing. Okay, so you've got this would represent the, oh, when I get to them, I can't remember what they're called now. I think they're gnomes. That's the hero. That one's your cavalry, and that one's your spearmen. And there's different sort of these match up with these certain things. Now, when you turn it over, it will tell you which numbers to put with which one on the back. So that will be an O1 and O2, so which is these two here. Okay, so these are other numbers, not sure what they are. I know these are wound tokens. I know they're panic tokens. I believe they're blight tokens. I'm not sure which ones these ones are again. No, sorry, that's blight. That could be stun, actually. That could be immobilised. And I believe that one's focus. Again, I'm not sure what these ones are at this second. These are numbers. Actually, I'm not sure if they're the turn. No, they're not. Definitely not turns. Okay, so let's put that over out of the way for a second. Now we lift up this one. Now this has got terrain on it as well. So double-sided terrain. So it's like a little fortress. Now, ooh, there's cards for the terrain as well. Okay, then there's your... Okay, let's turn this over. I believe that's the reanimated infantry. Reanimated archers, the cavernous lancers, I believe, again I could be saying that wrong, and the hero for the enemy. I think these are to do with magic, I'm not 100% sure. These are definitely to do with the corners of the battlefield. I'm not sure what these are, they could be objectives. Now I'm trying to be really, that's another little piece of terrain just there. Now let's just quickly turn this over. Oh, that's a stockade there, yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure what these are at this minute. So let's put that over there for a second. Right. Oh, I thought there'd be more panic tokens and stuff like that, but there isn't. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to keep certain things in there. It's okay, so there's your range rulers for movement, like I said, like for X-Wing. So as you can sort of see, when they turn to slightly to the left, slightly to the right, a bit longer, sharp turns, more panic tokens, more corner pieces, so on. Now this is your turn token. Oh, bugger, it's falling out. Doesn't matter. It has up to 8 turns before the game ends. from what I was reading. Again, there's a little bit more, some more terrain. That's the other thing. I know there's a pack coming out later on in the year. Not just the elf bit, but there's another pack that'll give you more terrain, some more other bits as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so let's put these away. Sorry about this, guys. I will get around to other bits, but I just want to make sure bits aren't falling everywhere on me at this second. Okay, guys, so one of the other things you get with all your Fantasy Flight sort of bits is the catalogue. Now, that is I don't know if you guys know, I've actually done an unboxing for the Mansions of Madness. I'll put a link down below. But there's quite a few other games in here as well, which I do own. I think Fantasy Flight is, if not the most games I own at this minute, or it's the Games Workshop. Not 100% sure at this second. Okay, so then you get some bags with dice. Also, these little plastic stand bits you use for like the little dial things I was telling you about. These things here. Okay, so you got different dice. You get some blue dice, which I believe you get 2 of them. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to lose any of the at least 2 red dice and 2 white dice by the looks of it. And I'll go through certain things in a second on these dice. Sorry guys, as I was saying, I don't want to lose any of the little bits inside there. I lose them, it becomes a lot of trouble for me. Okay, so let's put these over here for the minute. So you get 2 blue dice. Now the difference, again, I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so you've got like your Surge. Now I don't know if you guys have played Descent. There's some similar icons with that, and the what is it called? Imperial Assault. So your Surge. There is your Hit. I'm not sure if that's a focus. Let me quickly grab something here. It's not that one. Is it the Rule Reference one I'm looking for? Nope. Alright, I can't remember what that symbol actually is at this second, but I do know that's a hit and something. I think that could be focus, but I'm not 100% sure. On this one though, you have the panic. And I'll explain that in a minute, what the panic sort of stuff does. But again, as you can see, there's sort of panic surge on these ones. So, but then you've got your white dice. Now your white dice, I believe, has everything. Now I'm not sure what that symbol means. I actually don't know what that symbol means. Sorry guys, as I said, I've only really read through a little of the rules and stuff like that, learn how to play. It might have actually been in the rule book, so let's move these to one side for a second. Then you get a load of stands for your infantry. And I'll just take one of them out for a minute, just to show you what the difference sort of is. We are going to get to the models at some point. As you can see, the stand holds up to 4 miniatures in them. That's your infantry stand. Then let's put that to one side for a second. Okay, this one here is like your heroes and monsters. I'd like to see where they're going to go with the monsters though, because if I remember rightly, this is based on Battle Lore. And Battle Lore had some really big monsters in it. So I'm wondering if they may make an appearance. And Cavalry, which is only one unit in this, which is Cavalry, which is the humans, is just 2 sort of bits in there, as you can see. Okay, so there's some cards as well, which we'll get to them in a second. Let's have a quick look at the actual miniatures themselves. Now, I haven't looked at these yet, so I'm hoping everything's alright. I'm not sure which one I've just picked out. It looks like a lot of infantry. Thank God it's in a big plastic bag though. But yeah, it's all sort of like this. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the reanimated. Okay, this looks like some of the reanimated infantry. So yeah, does look cool. Oh, just let you guys also know, I do have a vote at the end of this video. I have the other 3 expansions. I might be buying a second starter set after reading how the rules sort of look in it. Okay, so let's grab this one here. They kind of look almost the same. In fact, they do. I wonder if it's just a set of all the same. Just sort of hold this up again. That's sort of, it just all looks the same to me at this minute. Maybe there's different packs for different infantry sort of bits in them, or different heads and different bodies. Let's have a look. Well, there's different sort of body parts I've got here. I've got this one. No, they're all the same. Sorry about this, guys. There's the skeletons. What were reanimated, sorry. Let's put them down for a second. Yeah, it just looks like it's just the same sort of like... I know there are some different poses. Maybe there's 4 of this pose, 4 of another pose in the bag and stuff like that. Let's find out. Because that's now got me a little panicky. Okay, it looks like, yeah. One bag has 4 of one pose, another bag has another 4 of the other. Okay, sorry guys, I was a little panicky there. So here's one of the other poses. I say poses, it's before he gets built and so on. I've got to make sure I put them all into the same bag, make sure it's tightened up so it don't get mixed up. Again, I do like, they're not bad models, a bit soft on the plastic and so on. The swords look maybe a little bent, but the actual models themselves don't look too bad. Ah, there's another little bit of the model that's still in the bag by the looks of it. Yes, which is again just the shield by itself. Sorry about guys, let's have a proper look at this guy before I take him away. Yeah, does look very good. Okay, so let's then get the shield out. That looks kind of good too. As I said, the models don't actually look too bad. They're only, they're not Games Workshop hard plastic, but so you're going to probably get more bends and stuff like that with them and so on. Please don't ask me how I would probably paint them, because to answer that one straight away, I'm not really a painter, so I'm probably going to be more looking online to see how other people will. And by the time I paint, probably a stand of it will probably be the next edition coming out, because I've got to catch up with so much different painting as well. Okay, so this is one of the Spearmint. Just going to have a look, see if it's, again, looks like it's the same 4 sort of poses. Let's get a shield and spear out as well. Okay, so here's his shield arm. I like how he's already got a little bit of damage on it. There's the spear arm. To me that does look very good. I don't know if you guys have seen that, that they are going to bring out another race of elves. We know about there's going to be the demon worshippers as well, who are in battle lore. But we don't know what units there's going to be in it because they haven't released anything, but they're kind of in the lore. Okay, so let's grab another bag. This bag is looks like another reanimated skeleton lot, except for instead of having swords this time, they've got an axe, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, that does look really cool. They've got good detail on them. I don't think they're that bad at all, really. I think the models look really nice. Again, I'm still trying to get my head around how the rules work properly and so on. I'm not saying that I've got anything bad to say about them. Until I play it, there might be something I might not understand, but until I play a game, I never make a big judgment. Okay, so let's grab this guy. I think I don't know if I would have preferred them being on sprues. It's been a bit easier than maybe opening all these little bags trying to get the little flimsy bits out as well, which, I might actually speed up in between just to make the video just that little bit shorter as well. Now, looking at these, part of me thinks, would it be better to paint them before build, if you're going to paint them anyway, would it be better to do that and then build them? Okay, so another bag here, and this time we've got another set of reanimated that look like they're axemen, except for this time round it's a little different. I kind of like the look of some of these models actually. It's another set of reanimated, and this is his lower body. I've been seeing people doing magnetizing things. Now I need to learn how to do that. So if anyone could send a really good tutorial video, please do, because then I can have a look. Because I've been thinking about getting some magnets myself, just mostly for this game, for when they come off the stands. you know, when they get, basically when one of them gets killed, you have to represent, you know, like the person's been killed. You take them actually out of their stand, so it's never a good idea to glue them to the stands, guys. Okay, so I've got another set of spearmen here. Okay, so sorry about this, guys. Just get a little bit more of this now. Again, this is another the spearman. That's just the lower bit of his body. As I was saying, I'd like to know how to do like sort of like the magnetising, because I don't mind building stuff. I think building's actually part of the fun for miniatures for me. But it's when it comes to painting and stuff like that where I'm not like massively enthusiastic on the hobby side of it. His shield's not so damaged, and again, it's just another sort of spear. It's slightly bent, as you can sort of see there. But you know, I suppose in another way you could say, whilst he's in war, that could be happening as damage. Or are they like the lower grade troops? Okay, so I think this is just basically a bag of the reanimated and spearmen by the looks of it so far. Okay, so now I've come up to get another group of spearmen. Okay, so there's this one. He's all by himself. Oh, there's something else I wanted to... it's in the rulebook. In the rulebook, it tells you how to build them. So if you're not even a builder, it's still... This is really easy, to tell you the truth, for something that is actually... you know, does need to be built and so on. Okay, there's another spear arm. Not much difference between this and the last one, really. Apart from probably what fits and what. Again, there's another shield, but this one's got no damage to it. Okay, let's put over there, and I believe this is the last of these spearmen. Yes. Okay, so I'm not sure if there was much difference really with the spear units as the reanimated. Okay, so these have got like a slightly damaged shield. Not sure if it's meant to be slightly bent. That could just be, again, slightly softer plastic. Again, there's another spear arm. Looks generally the same. And that's the infantry there. I have to make sure all these bags are done up tight. Okay, so now from looking at the infantry cards when I did, it made me realise, especially as well when the expansions come out for the gnomes, is it, or glums, sorry, or they're going to be, oh, let's show that's done it. There's going to be like 2 in the box, so you'd have 3 if you've only bought 1 starter set. Now again, this is Fantasy Flight at its best, really, going, hey guys, you bought a starter set, but buying 2 is a good idea too. They do a lot of that in a lot of their actual videos. I mean, sorry, stuff they sell. Now, I believe this one I've just taken out is an archer. So let's have a quick look. There's only 2 of them inside this, which is strange. That means that says to me there's going to be quite a few more different poses. Either that, or I'm being a very unlucky boy again with one of my unboxings. Okay, that looks kind of cool, actually. It really does. I like the look of that. They've not done a bad job. They haven't like overly super, you know, made the skeletons look really big and stocky. I think one of my favourite skeleton sets is a very old Games Workshop set. And, oh, it's getting caught. I think they caught each other. Bugger. Okay, so let's come out of this. Let's try and be really careful so I don't damage anything. Let's put that back in. Okay, these are kind of soft. Okay, so yeah, they're the archer's arms. Let's let go of that for a second so you can see this sort of skeleton arm. So for me, the reanimated are your kind of skeleton / zombie kind of people by the looks of them. No, it's just skeletons really, not zombies. But yeah, so you've got some other expansions coming out later in the year. I know the humans are getting a crossbow type, and the skeletons will be getting a cavalry type. I'm just trying to think what else may come out. Oh, there's another archery unit. Let's have a quick look. trying to make sure the arms aren't all attached to each other again. Okay, let's put that down. Right, so yeah, they do look good, I do have to say. Yeah. Let's put this over. Oh, so it's more that way actually, so because it hangs downwards. Again, another sort of skeleton arm. A little bit's hanging down from the bottom. Yeah, guys, sorry it's taken me so long to do an unboxing for this, as well as just doing unboxings recently. It's like I can only seem to do one a week at this second because my back's giving me a bit of trouble. So yeah, I'm apologising for that now. Okay, so we've got another set of archers here, and he looks really bent. Yeah, I think he might actually meant to be like that. I like that, the hand going to the back, picking up the bow. I love how the clothes sort of hang off. Some nice detail there. And let's get the other bit. Hopefully it's not all attached to one at the other one. No, this one's actually a lot better. It's got the way it is. It's got the other head there as well, which I think looks really cool. Okay, so let's put that back in there. Let's put that one into there as well. Another set of archers. I think there's 8 archers in all actually, so there's not as many of these guys as there are of the Spearmint, or I could be wrong on that though. It does look cool. Let's get the arrow arms. I've got a couple more bags in there to do. I'm hoping they're all like this. I'll give you one thing though. Fantasy Flight does make me... I've got a lot of these bags and they've made it very useful for me to be able to store certain things, because I've actually got a lot of X-Wing stuff as well, guys, but I haven't bought anything since, I think it's, I'm not sure which wave it is, but the one with the Ghost was in it, and I haven't played for some time as well. No, I've got nothing against X-Wing. I think it's a bloody good game. It's just other games at this minute are taking my interest, like Arkham Horror. You know, it's the last sort of game I've managed to actually meet up with people and have a game. I'm hoping at some point as well to have a game of Frostgrave, but I'll go into that another time. Now, this is your glum. No, not glum. What is it? Sorry, guys. It's oh, it is a glum. A gloom. Sorry. Okay, so there's the stone legs. I do have to say it does look good. I do like what they've done, you know. Do I think this was maybe the step towards them having no relationship with Games Workshop? I don't know. To be honest, Games Workshop was already getting rid of Warhammer at the time from its miniature based sort of thing, so if not already, no, Age of Sigmar was already happening, so yeah, I don't know. I just think both companies were growing and both just sort of moved on. Wow, that's a sort of stony arm. Doesn't look too bad. This is the bit I like though, is like, so it's got, so it's got 2 sets of arms. Again, if you don't, with this one, I don't know, it's like, you could get away with it looking sort of greyish anyway, couldn't you? But with like some of the runes glowing and stuff like that, which I have to say, on the Facebook group, there have been some really good paint jobs on there. So kudos to you guys who, you know, those of you who have done it. They do look really good. Now that does look kind of nice. Now I haven't even got to the cards yet, so let's just keep putting some of this away. So how have you been anyway, guys? Yeah, I'm hoping you've all been good. I hope everything's been really well for you. Myself, I'm hoping to be going back to work soon, but I'll definitely be on some light duties if I do. Okay, so this looks like the 2 heroes. Now the heroes, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce them properly, guys. Kairat, Raph Striker. Let's see if I can get her out first. I'm not sure which stand's going to be hers. Actually, I think I do know what stand's going to be hers, because there's some thin legs there, which was in the stand itself. I'm not sure if that would be her stand. Are they both the same type of stands? We'll find out in a second. Okay, so that's obviously her legs. Otherwise, this skeleton's got very feminine legs. So yeah. So I believe that's Kairat's Raph striker. And this is the top half. Okay, sorry. That's the top half, sorry. She does look cool. I do like the sort of like curved knife, the sort of short sword, little patchwork in a cloak. That is very well done. Let's see if it's done on the other side. No, it's not. Okay, so let's put that there for the second. Now, let's have a look here. So let's have a look at his. Oh, they're both stands are almost the same, so there's no worry for me to put the other one sort of in there. Okay, so that's his body, and then he's got a couple of bits, other bits that look like might need to be attached to him as well. Or I've got, oh no, sorry, I've got one more bit for her. I've missed her body. Okay, yeah, I've just missed her body completely. Okay, so there's a bow across her back. I wonder if she's got rules for the bow. I haven't checked properly, to be honest, guys. So this one is, again, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to pronounce this. Adreos, wow. No, Etherbus. Okay. He does look cool. But now, saying that, some of these models do kind of remind me of some of the, Battle or the smaller sort of like models they had for that. Looks like it may be the same sort of sculpt, just made in a bigger size. So here are two of the axe arms. Nice little, that's the I can bring that up. Ooh, some nice little details on the shoulder. I'm not sure you can see it properly in this light, really. I'm not sure if I'm actually half blocking the light. Yeah. Okay, so well, that's the two heroes for the game. Now, I'm not sure what they're like. I've been hearing people complain about one hero is really good, and then sometimes I heard someone say, oh, this hero's really good. So I'm not sure what to believe at this minute. Again, until I play, I really don't know. Have I picked what side I'm going to be yet? Well, I'm not sure yet, guys. You all know me, I'm a collector. I'm going to have to be a bit more careful, though, this year, because, money and all of that as well. Okay, so that's the Cavalry. Okay, so I'm going to do the... Now, let's have a look. Carnivorous, my mistake. Lancer. Okay, so there's its actual stand. Now, you only get one in this set, same as the glum. As you can see, there's a pattern there, and you've got sort of a pattern on top of there, so you put it on sort of like that. Okay, that's gone on quite snug. That's quite good. I don't mind that, but I want to actually get... Okay, let's show you. Let's show you sort of like... It's got kind of like a grub / caterpillar sort of body. There's the next sort of bit. So okay, this does look cool. As you can sort of see the lance sort of like bit there. You've got the reins. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. Okay, so that's the head. There's the actual skeleton that goes on the top. Well, again, as I said, I like the fact I don't feel like the skeletons are overly superposed. A bit, unfortunately, like some of the old Games Workshop ones, they seem to be really kind of big. And I have to say, there was an old set Games Workshop used to do that was amazing. Anyway, there's the lance. Again, it's a little bent, but then at the same time, you can just say it's battle worn and stuff like that. If you haven't got time to straighten it out. Okay, so now we're on to the Cavalry. Right, so I don't know if there's different poses for the cavalry. We'll find out in a second. There's obviously different bits for them. Oh, yeah, I think there is, because that body doesn't fit into that slot. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, there's one of the war horses. Very well done, I have to say. I'm quite impressed by this one, actually. Yeah, I am, actually. I'm really, really liking what I'm seeing here. Now, there are different ways, shapes for the horses. Oh, someone's body bit's caught underneath. Well, not body. Okay, so let's show you one of the sort of bodies as well. Now, again, I'm not sure who fits with what horse at this second, because I think they've got different shapes and so on. There's a sword, shield, and then you've got that slots into the back. You've got a head with the floaty bit at the back and a cloak. Yeah, there's different. There's not really that much different slots. It's just the guy I've pulled out has a different slot from the others. Okay, let's have a look at another sort of body. Yeah, yep, that's a different sort of body, and that looks like the one that would fit the horse I pulled out. Okay, so as you can see, this one's got more of his sword is a little higher. Both still kind of like that pose where they're standing there, like, come on, maybe deflecting and striking at the same time. Of course, there's only 4 models, which will mean there'll only be 2 stands, so again, that's just the same sort of model. So I think there's, again, so there's 2 different horses. Let's see if there's the other horse. Does the other horse have a different pose? It does, actually. So let's have a look at that one. Again, it's only more to do with the feet, nothing else. Again, I do like the detail. I think they've done a really good job. It does remind me, I don't know, again, I'm going back to Warhammer here, but I don't know if you remember like the Knights Panther, the Reiksguard Knights with their heavy horses. That kind of reminds me of that. Okay, guys, now give me a second. I'm just going to tidy up and then I'll get onto the cards. Okay, guys, this is the second half, which will be me talking about the cards and the vote at the end. I also want to apologise for how long it's taken me to get around to filming this bit, but I apologise. So let's continue. Let's not waste much time. Okay, guys, let's talk about the actual symbols here. Okay, so I already knew what this one was, which was to do with the hit. I already knew what this one here represents as well. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the camera. That's silly of me. But I didn't know what this one, which is mortal hit. Which mortal hit is when you spend, you deal 1 damage regardless of the defense value. Okay, but I did know what this one here, this is like a morale thing, so you cause your enemy to get 1 more morale against them. Now this one here, assigned to a figure's upgrade to allow damage and wounding to be assigned to that figure's before others. Now, I'm assuming that's something for an upgrade. Again, I'm apologising for the parrot, it's the time of day, so he's going to be a bit more noisy than usual. Okay, so that's, these are your Banes and stuff like that. Now, I believe I got most of these right, but it's been a couple of days since I did them. I believe I got that was right, but Blight, that was Immobilise. Panic was obvious. Stun, I'm not sure if I may have got these 2 mixed up. Can't remember. Well, this one here is important to get rid of these sort of things. So, it may be spent to remove a Bane or to ready an upgrade card. Now, again, I'm not sure how to ready upgrade cards yet. I have done some small reading, but I haven't done it all. Okay, here's the modifiers, which are actually on the dials, so that's all sort of useful. We've got a couple of cards for them. Okay, the next set of cards is your terrain. Now you get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's more than that. No, it could be 4. Okay, so you can sort of see crumbling wall, swamp, forest, and stony terrain. Now, I'm only going to really do the crumbling wall and swamp for a second. Again, you can only ever have up to 2 trays inside them. Where the crumbling wall gives you fortification 1. Now I believe fortification is against it's against something. What was it against? I'm not sure if that was hand to hand or arrows. Where, like the swamp, you're exposed, so you can see over a swamp with no problem, but I think it costs you 1 point of movement to get through. Like cover, I think, is against arrows. And Not sure. Elevated, I think that probably means that you can't see over it. Deadly is dangerous to you, and so on. Okay, then you've got your setup. Great, he's going to keep going. Then you've got your setup sort of thing, which is a hammer anvil. So you and your opponent sort of, I think, both kind of suggest and then say yes which one to use. Again, I'm not 100% sure on this. I haven't read the rule reference yet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Then you've got your objective cards, which is escort, demolish their forces, supply raid. I kind of like the ideas of these sort of things, but again, I'm not 100% sure how to use them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Then you've got the actual force cards. Now, okay, so that's the and Adrios. I can't even pronounce the other half. So that's basically his stats. That's kind of what you can sort of do there. There's some other little bits he can do, and I'm not going to go too much into these because I don't want to give too much away at this second. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's a hero and 3 other units. Now the 3 units you get are the Cravenous Lancers, Reanimated Archers, and just reanimated. Now there's these special symbols down here. Now there's these special cards over there, which I'll go through in a minute, and I might even go through with one of these sort of bits here. Now the heroes, you've got Carla, Raph Striker. She can have 2 different upgrades. Again, you know, you can sort of see the different stats. That's your shooting, that's your hitting. Again, what sort of the Scourge stuff can do for you. There's your Rune Glooms. Again, what sort of attack they've got, what sort of attack and health. And again, there's like Cavalry and the Spearmint. So these guys don't actually have archers, except for their hero. Now, these are your panic sort of things. So basically, let's say you've hit an enemy and you cause 2 morale points. So you basically get 2 of these, and then you turn it over. Oh, they're the same. Well, fair enough, I haven't shuffled them. So you could basically do Frozen with Dread. The unit receives 1 immobilized token. And you can spend that and they still have 1 token. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to go on to the upgrade cards. Now, sorry if I feel like I'm rushing this, guys, but that's because... Alright, so you've got these horns, which is, you can sort of see there's... I think I put them together. Any sort of size unit for these guys could have that. So could the Spearmint. I'm only going to use them for examples for a minute. Then you've got the armour, which the Reanimated cannot use, but the Spearman can. So there's 2 of them as well. Now these ones are for when you have 9... Is it 8? Well, it's a little bit more than what's there. So that means basically you can have a glum in your unit for the, obviously, the humans. And the undead could have a Cavernous Lancer in their unit. But again, guys, you wouldn't be able to do this with just this starter set. You'd need another set. Now, I believe I was saying that in the first half. Again, it's been a couple of days since I recorded. And so that doesn't really sort of help. Again, the Reanimated can have these sort of upgrades as well, which I'm not sure what them ones are, but there's only 3 of these cards in there. So again, if you get another set, you've got more upgrade cards that you could give to your units. These ones here, the feathers, I'm not sure if anyone actually, or apart from heroes, can have them. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it looks like it's a hero sort of upgrade. Let's continue turning this over. Yeah, it's more of a hero's upgrade. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. You know, just sort of like... Yeah, they say specifically who for as well on there. So I'm not going to go through all that at this minute. Then you've got these sort of like rune... I don't know which ones these ones are. Oh, she can have them. Let's see if he can. Oh yeah, again, so it must be a sort of case of... No, they're okay, but they seem to just be for the heroes. These are your standard ones, which again, the Spearman I know can have them. So can the Reanimated, actually an earlier stage. So can the Glums, and so can the Cavalry. Let's have a look here. No, the Cavernous Lancers can't. The Archers can, but as long as they've got 6 trays. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's a good idea maybe to get another sort of set. And then there's this symbol here. There's only 1 of them in the pack, and yet I believe it's the... Is it Cavernous? Oh no, the Reanimated can have that, but there's only 1 of them. And again, it's something that a lot of the Reanimator can have, so there's only one of it. So again, I would recommend a second set. As I said, guys, I don't want to show everything. I know I do in a lot of my other unboxings, but sometimes it's best just to have. So if you do get this, I recommend buying a second set, just because it also saves you a load of money on the amount of troops you'll get. Not only that, you only get one Lancer and one Cravenous Lancer, and with the way the units go up, I'll show you. With the Lancer, it starts off with 1, then it's a 2, then it's a 4. So straight away, if you've got a starter set plus 1 expansion, you're still short of that. If you have a second expansion set, you can still at least get to the 4 if you wanted them. And it's the same for the Glum guys as well. There's a lot of points though, and I'm not sure what an average game is for this at this minute. I'm saying I've still got to get around to building it and having a game. Anyway guys, sorry for the very fast end bit, but that's because I spent over half an hour in the beginning bit. Right, so I'm going to have a vote now. My vote for is, what is the next unboxing you'd like me to do for Runewars Miniatures Game? Because I'm at that stage where, well, I've got some more stuff coming in the week as well, but I'm not going to include them on the vote this time round. I have them on the vote on the next one. So, let me just put these just there. Okay, so would you like me to do the Oathsworn... Oh, let's turn the light up behind me for a second, sorry guys. Would you like me to do the Oathsworn Cavalry expansion? So I believe there's a couple more upgrade cards in there. It also has another dial, so you can sort of do... I'm not sure what else is actually in there, because I haven't opened them up yet, guys. Would you like me to do the Reanimated Archers expansion? Again, it's most of the stuff that's already inside the starter set. But again, I think there's some more other little bits in there that maybe, you know, some upgrade cards that aren't actually in the starter set. Or, now please, I'm not sure how to pronounce this properly. Dangun? I'm not saying it right, no I'm not. Infantry Command. So these are like upgrades you can give to the unit specifically. Which is either a small wizard, you know, he's not like a hero wizard, but he's like a champion sort of thing. Not like a you know, like a champion for a unit. The Hornblower or the standard guy. All have their different advantages and so on. Or it's the... sorry guys. Excuse me. Or it's the Wag. Or the upgrade set for the undead, Reanimated. Again, it's the wizard, it's a champion, a drummer, and a standard. Again, I can't pronounce that, guys, so I apologise. Okay, guys, so if you like this video, please click like. If you'd like to subscribe, please do. I do loads of different unboxings on my channel. I haven't done any gameplay stuff for a little while. And it's been a bit awkward because with my hurt back, there's a lot of stuff I've got to bring down for Shadows of Brimstone. So Shadows of Brimstone, as much as I want to continue it, guys, it's becoming a bit of a problem for me at the second. It's not just that, it's getting it down and getting it straight back upstairs afterwards. Is the small problem I have at this second. Okay. Anyway, enough said about that for the second. If you like this video, please click like. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do. If you'd like to leave a comment, and please vote, guys, because every vote, you know, it helps to decide which one's going to be the next one to be able to have them for my unboxings. And I hope you're all having a good day. I'm feeling better. I'm still not 100%, guys, but I am feeling better. And I hope you guys are good too. Okay? Alright, bye.